Stephanie here, and I have Ruby with me. Yes. So I heard that we want to work on a little bit of the come with the short distance. Yeah? Yeah. So first things off, when we do come and call, I have a few things that I do to make sure that they actually come. Is you'll want to always have a treat. As soon as they get to you, lots of love and affection. And then you want to make sure that you have a happy voice. A lot of times, our dogs have negative reactions to the lower voice, because when you get mad, automatically you're like, no, so you've got a lower voice. Whereas when you're happy and you have a high-pitched voice, our dogs are happy to come to us because they're excited. So have a happy, high-pitched voice, even if your husband or other guys call your dog, they want to have a little bit higher voice too, because dogs react to that. You always want to make sure you're down on their level, so either way down, or you want to pat your legs, good job, Ruby, or pat the floor. That way it gets their attention and they come to you. Yeah. So we're going to come from a few short distances, so I'm just going to walk around with Ruby and see if she gets a little bit further away from me. As soon as she gets a little distracted by something, I'm going to call her and have her come to me. Okay? Ruby, come here. Good girl. Good job, Ruby. Good girl. And remember, lots of love and affection. Good. So she's distracted. Ruby, come here. Good girl. Good job. Yeah. So I'm lowering myself to her eye level, and I've got my treat. I say her voice, Ruby, nice and loud and excited. And of course her ears perk up. And then I want to make sure that I make a little bit of noise. That way if she is further away, she's going to come a little bit quicker because she hears the noise. Good. So she's over here. She knows I have the treats, so she's staying real close to me. Girl, Ruby, sit. What? Ruby, come here. Good girl. Good girl, Ruby. Good job. So if you're having a hard time with the short distance come and call, try it in your backyard. Even use just like your regular 8-9 foot leash, and that way you can have her come to you and not have to worry about any of the safety stuff. You can even go to Petco or PetSmart, and they have longer leashes. They go from 10 to 12 and then up to 15 and 20 feet. That way you can really practice from longer distance or shorter distance, and that way, no matter what, Ruby's nice and safe, because we want to make sure that she's safe. That's our priority, okay? It's also good to practice with a friend. Just kind of have Ruby go back and forth. Remember, high-pitched voice, lean down on her level. If you have to, make some noise, clap, hi, because she tends to like that. So clap or pat your knees, anything like that. And make sure you're nice and excited, lots of love and affection when she gets to you. So we want to make sure every time you call Ruby, whether it's from a short distance, long distance, whether there are distractions, Ruby comes to you every single time, okay? Super, super important. Come here, Ruby. Good girl. Good job, yes. Oh, good girl. Good. So she's getting it down. Good girl. Yeah. And you can even practice with Ruby and Bailey at the same time. Have a friend hold them on a leash on one side of the yard, walk all the way to the other side of the yard, and then just practice calling them and having them come to you, because they're going to try to beat whoever, Ruby's going to try to beat Bailey, and Bailey's going to try to beat Ruby to you. So that's a good way to have them come super quick. Super distracted right now. Ruby, good girl, get it. Ruby. Good girl. So yeah, when she is distracted, you want to make sure that you're calling her nice and loud, and then you've got to make some noise, especially when she's distracted, as her brain's somewhere else. So you've got to really get her attention. That way she comes over and brings her to you. Practicing the come when called on a leash also helps, because If she gets distracted, you can give her a little bit of a tug. But you want to make sure that you're making a lot of noise, you have a super high, happy voice, and that, you know, you have something good when she gets to you. You want to give her love, lots of love and attention, and then also some yummy treats. Ruby, come here. Good girl. Good girl, Ruby. Good job. All right. So practice this one at home a few times this week, and I know that she's going to get much, much better at it. If you have to, you know, tie 2 leashes together and have her go back and forth between the 2. And we'll see how it goes next week, all right? So this was Stephanie and Ruby, and we were working on the come when called, kind of a short distance.